What's going on? This is Billy. We're here at Sasquatch at the one and only Gorge Columbia River Amphitheater. Take a look, folks. I'm here with another one and only Manatee Commune, aka Grant Eady. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
This is your first Sasquatch as a performer, is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, absolutely. This is my third Sasquatch as a person.
As a human being.
Yes.
Good for you. Yeah, as a spectator.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
then, speaking of spectating, who are you going to check out this weekend?
Well, actually, Little Dragon is going to be coming up here pretty soon, and I'm really, really excited for that show.
Me too.
Also, Real Estate, that's going to be a really awesome show. It's sad because I would have come here for Tame Impala, but they're right over the top of my set.
They are. I noticed that.
Which is quite a bummer. Flume is going to be really awesome as an electronic artist, of course. And then I got to check out the Odessa Dudes because they're always coming up with new stuff, and I love those guys very, very much.
Yeah, Odessa, you've got a very interesting relationship with them in that you guys come from the same neck of the woods,
Totally.
Bellingham.
Yeah.
And they've become an international name. What's the scene like up there, and what got them there? And are you kind of setting the sight on the same trajectory?
I would say Bellingham is definitely an incubator for music in general. When I play shows in Seattle or in pretty much in any other big city, I kind of always notice that everybody's a little bit more reluctant to dance. But man, if I play in Bellingham, I mean, people just go nuts. And it's not because they're drinking, it's because they're having a great time. And I think it makes it really easy for an artist to feel confident in Bellingham because you get so much love from people so quickly. You can develop and you can get excited about what you're working on. You don't overthink it because you're just excited about other people being excited about what you're making.
I definitely hear it in your latest album, Brush, where you're using nature sounds, samples throughout, and that actually sounds reminiscent of this region, the Pacific Northwest. Are you doing that very purposefully?
Absolutely. I mean, purposely in the sense that it's easier to go out in my backyard than it is to go down to Arizona and take samples. But but I did grow up here, and when I find a sample that is using birds that are local to the area, or you can kind of hear the wind in certain spaces, or the sound of forests. It's very iconic to the Northwest region, and it makes me feel at home. It makes me feel comforted. And so I think it is unintentional, but it's subliminally intentional. It's hard to explain.
It's pretty natural. It just sounds
natural.
like you're basically creating in your environment and using what you got with you, which is cool because I mean, basically, if you listen to Manatee Commune, you're going to hear the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. You just put on an NPR Tiny Desk video. You got involved in that contest, and so what kind of stuff has come of that? I mean, you're obviously playing Sasquatch, which is fantastic.
Yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of recognition from people. I think. In the Seattle area, there might have been a lot of people that heard my name around town just from KEXP and just playing a lot of shows in the area. And I think having NPR, a national radio, that's a lot of people hold very highly.
For good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. Absolutely. Yeah. I think a lot of people kind of started oh, okay, I'll pay attention, maybe listen to a track or two, and then things kind of started to take off from there.
Have you had anybody reach out to collaborate since, or had anything interesting stem from that?
Yeah, I would say pretty much every day I have somebody ask if I wanted to do a track with them, which is really, really exciting.
365 offers a year. That's a lot to handle.
Let's see, how long has it been out? It's been maybe 4 months. So
okay,
it's quite it's not too much, but it's definitely enough to clog the SoundCloud messages. But it's been really great because making electronic music is a very solitary practice, and having somebody really connect with it and be I want to jam with you over the internet is pretty crazy and really exciting. I haven't taken advantage of them any of them really yet. I've mostly just kind of passed some stuff around, some ideas, and which has been really positive. For the most part.
Yeah, you can only learn from that and kind of get informed on your next project, which I understand you've got all these songs in the works and different stages and stuff. So you think you're going to be following up Brush, because that was about a year ago.
It was,
and it seems like it just happened because of all the momentum you've been getting lately.
Yeah.
But in the last year, I can only assume you've been busy.
Yeah, totally. I think I've mostly been working on figuring out my live set, which has been probably the most important part for me personally. I think with electronic music, I have been playing a lot of shows where I feel I don't participate in the actual music making while it's happening. And that's really important for me as a musician and as a performer. So on stage I play a lot of instruments. I mean, like guitar and like drums and viola, and then launching clips.
Mandolin
and, like,
sometimes I hear.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
It's pain. I don't really like doing it, to be honest.
Yeah. Stick to the viola because it's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, piece
Just
of
the old
cake.
viola.
Everybody does that. But yeah, so I've mostly been trying to kind of like polish that all up, get it all together, kind of decide like what my sound is when I play live. Brush is a very personal album in the sense that I think like when somebody listens to it, they would listen to it by themselves. I mean, that's mostly just me projecting because I made it by myself, and it's very like slow and like kind of heady and a little bit I've heard somebody say moody, which I'm not sure if that's positive or negative, but
I've been described as all of those: slow, heady, and moody, and it's always fine. I mean,
you're
my
a great
friends.
man,
Yeah,
so
they're
yeah,
my friends,
you're right.
so
Okay,
it's
cool.
all with love, Grant. I'm sure. Well, you mentioned your live sets, and you got one coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
and we're all excited to see it for sure.
It'll be fun.
One thing I'm curious about is, do you have any surprises in store for people?
Yeah, actually,
you don't have to fully dump them out, but I'm just curious with this big of a platform.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything that's gonna be like insane. Like nobody's gonna walk away with like burn marks on their face and like
No
a person drowned or anything
okay.
like that. Yeah, totally.
No whale tanks.
There were like some ideas that were thrown around for like some different things. I worked really hard to try to find an inflatable manatee for like a ridiculous amount of time.
You should have at least a few of those.
We're looking at some different manufacturing ideas, but
yeah, we'll help you out. Let's get on that, guys.
Okay,
this
cool.
This is absurd that he doesn't have a whole commune of inflatable manatees. It just makes sense.
So someday I'll have one of those. But we do have some special things in store. I've been really trying to, again with the electronic thing, I've been kind of like trying to move more towards like live instrumentation, and I want the audience to be more participatory with that. And so everybody has their hands to clap, and that's enough, I guess, but I would like to do some more. So we've been handing out some instruments to people, which has been really cool.
Yeah.
So people are going to have some fun with that,
Hell
I think, at the show. And I got a few surprises, I think, that people will be really impressed with.
Right
so it's
on.
going to be a good time.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Good luck this weekend. We can't wait for it. This is Manatee Commune here at Sasquatch Music Festival.